I created a 14-page document showing you exactly how to make $1,000 a day on Instagram. And in this video, I'm gonna break down and go through every single page on that 14-page document so you know exactly how to start making money on Instagram. Now, I've been on Instagram for years now, back when my Instagram looked like this. And I just want to say Instagram is literally the best social media platform that you can start to make money on because there's so many people on that platform and you literally have the creativity to sell whatever you want, post whatever you want, and build the type of connections and relationships that you want. And before we get into it, my name is Sabah, and this channel is all about helping you build the most unforgettable life by being your own boss and making your own money so you can actually live life, because that is what life is about. So I'm actually going to pull up my screen and we're going to go through this 14-page document together so that way you know exactly what to do starting today. So here is the 14-page document, and if you guys want to download this document for yourself and do the work in it, because there are some questions that you're going to be going through in order for you to make $1,000 a day, you can find the link in the description. Okay, so I've got to say, I've been on Instagram for so many years now, and back when my profile looked like this over here, this was like the old version on Instagram, I didn't know years later I would be making like so much money on there, right? And not just that, but like my brand can reach so many people on Instagram, right? Without ever leaving my house, because I say right here, like, where are my introverts at? So if you're an introvert, comment below. But since 2020, like, of course, every single person and their mothers have been on Instagram. And of course, since I don't believe in necessarily competition because no one is you. However, if people are doing the exact same thing that you are, you need to understand how to actually build a brand in order for you to stand out amongst every single person that's doing the exact same thing as you are, and actually build a real connection to them if you want to build a real income stream and maybe even a full-time income on Instagram. And you can see over here, I am getting daily payments and daily payouts from literally strangers who find me, buy my digital products, my courses, my programs, and they pay me money, right? The best feeling, honestly, is when I'm out with my friends or I'm shopping or I'm out to eat and I pick up my phone and I see a new payment notification from somebody I don't know and they just found me on Instagram. So if you want the same thing, we're gonna go through the 4 steps on how you can make $1,000 a day with your brand on Instagram. Now, I do have a little bit of a disclaimer here, okay, because I always love to put this into all of my like documents, my videos, everything. This will only work for you if you believe it will, right? Take action right away. Put in the work and do not quit after like 7 days. And yes, I'm calling you out. If you're the person who goes all in for only like 3 days or 7 days, you want to be consistent with this, because I promise you it works, and it works really, really well, especially if you follow this step-by-step framework. So let's get into it. The first step that you want to take in order to make $1,000 a day on Instagram is a clear brand message. Now, there's a big difference between a brand that like looks okay versus a brand that screams, I am the best person to follow and to actually buy from, right? And some of you, that might be my personal brand on Instagram. And if I actually pull up my Instagram over here, I want to show you how put together and how cohesive my brand actually looks, right? So over here, it says, create your unforgettable life. That's my brand, helping women build streams of income with social media. Your brand equals money. 500 plus clients served. Start now, right? And when you start to scroll on my Instagram, you can see there's a cohesive theme. And if I zoom out just a little bit too, I have my colors put together. I have my pink, I have my teal, I have my black, I have my white. You can see I'm very active on there, but you can also see that I put a lot of effort into it, right? It's not just something that I threw up on there and I just like post every so often. I am posting very consistently, right? So if you go back to the document, you want to be that best person to follow. You want to have an account that literally screams, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. There's always so much value. I feel so connected to this person, right? And this might also be like another influencer or somebody you look up to. If there's somebody on Instagram that you always follow and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait until they post, you want to observe why they give off that feeling, why their account is someone that you just always want to be checking, right? And it kind of gives off the feeling of there's something about them that I cannot get enough of, right? It's almost like celebrities, right? Celebrities are amazing. We love to stalk them. We love to follow them because they just have a life and they have a persona that, once again, we just can't get enough of, right? So we need to create a brand that is you and really magnetizes your audience. So the first thing that you want to do is have a brand that people want to buy from, and that goes into a profile that actually showcases who you are, what you do, and how you actually help people. Okay, so let's break down how to actually create your brand message on Instagram so people want to follow you and binge your content the second they actually find you. Now, the way I love to have your bio set up is 4 lines that basically tells your audience, once again, who you are, what you do, how you can help them. Because one thing you want to keep in mind is when people find you on Instagram and they start to follow you, they only care about themselves. They're wondering, okay, is this person going to entertain me? Is this person going to help me? Is this person going to provide a lot of value? Is it worth following this person? So I love to have, you can see over here, there's lines on like your Instagram bio. I like to have 3 to 4 lines that basically showcases how I help somebody. Now, this was actually over here, my old bio. I just changed my bio semi-recently, so I'm gonna show you guys this based on my newer bio. But the first line, I always say, showcase your mission and your vision. This is what's actually gonna set you apart. So if we go back to my Instagram, it says, create your unforgettable life. My brand is #unforgettable, helping you build the most unforgettable life by being your own boss so you can make your own money so you can actually live life. Okay, so that is why I put it in the first line, because you also want to keep in mind Instagram is about expressing yourself. It's about building connection. It's about showing, hey, this is what I do beyond just helping somebody make money, right? Of course, I help people make money. Of course, I help people build their personal brand and their business. But at the end of the day, I'm helping people better their lives. So that's the first line, is show your mission and your vision. And the second line is your brand message. Now, this is specifically what you do and how you can help others. So what let me show you guys over here. What I had previously was build a famous brand and make 6 to 7 figures. That's super concise, super clear. Recently, I changed it to helping women build streams of income with social media. Very specific. I'm focusing on helping women. What am I helping them do? Build streams of income with social media. Now, after you put your brand message, the third line is a call to action, usually giving something away for free. Now, typically, you will have enough space for actually like a 4th line. Now, if you have previously, I only had room for like 3 lines. Now, the 4th line is kind of like your link. But if I go to my new bio, I actually have 5 lines, including my link. Now, the reason why is because I don't have that much text in my first 2 lines. Now, I don't know exactly how much like character count you have in your Instagram bio, but it's not that much. So if you still have a lot more room, I would add in a 3rd line that basically showcases your like signature process, how you fill in the gap, and also a little bit of credibility. So for me, what I said is your brand equals money. People know me for personal branding. The way you make money on social media, the way you build your business is having a standout personal brand. And then also 500 plus clients served. So people know I'm not a rookie. I'm not just like, beginning. I'm not just starting. I've been in the game for quite some time now. And then I go into the call to action, which says start now. And then I have the link in my bio. So if you go down here, once again, line 3, call to action, giving something away for free. And then line 4 is the link to your freebies or your paid offers. I kind of just went through this with you guys, but let's break it down a little bit more. So line 1, when you show your mission and your vision, this is extremely important once again, because this is what really sets you apart from any other business coach or personal trainer, right? They really get to know you in like a deeper way, which is once again why I put unforgettable on there. Line 2, brand message, what you do and how you can help other people. So the way I actually help people develop their brand message is with my 3-step process, right? Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, identify the process. Step 3, identify the promise. So previously, this was what, once again, my bio said, build a famous brand and make 6 to 7 figures. So step 1, it was like business owners who can't get in front of their ideal clients. Step 2 was standout branding and attraction marketing on social media. Step 3, make a daily sales and scale to 6 to 7 figures. So that's why, once again, I have this document linked in the description, so that way you guys can fill this out as you go. I'm not gonna go through like every single small point of this because I don't want this to be like a super long video. I want it to be like to the point, but once again, download it in the description so that way you guys can go through it. And once again, it's free. Okay, got you guys. So once you go through that process, then you go into the grand finale, which is going to be your brand message. So very simple, super easy, all the things. Call to action. I like to use Linktree. So if I go on my Instagram and I click on this, it'll show all of the different links that I have on here. So I have Monetize Social Membership, which is my monthly membership on how to basically make money every single day with your social media. I have a free training, I have my YouTube channel, and then I also have my storefront. I like to use Linktree because, once again, if people are clicking on the link in your bio, they might not just want the one link that's there, they might want something else. So I like to use Linktree to have numerous links, but I always love to have the most important one at the top. And for me, that's my membership. So for you, once again, if you're just starting out, you might not have numerous links, but that's where I would really, really suggest putting the most important link. So for an example, if you're just getting started out and you just want to build an audience, you want to build your community, I would recommend putting a link there that's giving someone something away for free versus like a paid link or a link to like another social media platform. So you guys can read this more in depth. And once again, I said here, link to your freebies and your paid offers. So let's get into step number 2, which is Reels to reach an audience. Now, if you've been living under a rock, which I know you guys haven't because you guys watch this channel, but Reels are honestly the best way and the easiest way to grow on Instagram nowadays, right? And I always say Reels are like the new hashtags, because once again, hashtags used to work like 4 or 5 years ago. They still work, but nowhere near the growth and the reach and the visibility that you can get with Instagram Reels. Now, you might be feeling one of two ways with this, right? Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I love creating videos. Yes, this is gonna be really simple, really easy for me. Or you might be like, oof, I need to show up on camera. Right? So no matter how you're feeling, like, you want to create Reels. Okay, now there's a lot of different type of ways to create Reels. You can do faceless Reels. You can do like video B-roll with text. You could do talking to camera, right? But what you really want to do is focus on creating Reels, because once again, that's going to get you the exposure, and that's also going to get you in front of the right type of people. Now, I create daily Reels to do, once again, one or multiple of these things to grow my audience on Instagram, to grow my email list, and get sales for my product. Now, the best part, once again, about Reels, they are actually really simple and really easy to do if you know how to do it correctly. And to be honest, it only takes you maybe like 10 to 15 minutes to create a reel, write the caption, and actually hit post, right? And the most important thing about the reel is a call to action at the end, because when someone's watching your reel and they go through all of it, they watch the entire reel and then they go to the caption and they read the actual caption, you want to tell them what to do next. So whether it's following you, or whether it's commenting below for a freebie, whether it's them buying into your offer, right? So depending on the goal of what your reel is going to do for your business, you want to have a call to action. Now, a great reel that reaches your ideal client has 4 things: an entertaining video, a scroll-stopping hook, and then a valuable caption and a clear call to action. So let's actually look at one of my reels to show you guys all of these 4 things. So once again, entertaining video, scroll-stopping hook, a valuable caption, and a clear call to action. So let's click on this and pull this up, and let's watch it together. So the first thing is, it's an entertaining video. It's not just one angle. I actually put multiple angles of me working in my office. Scroll stopping hook: how I'd make 10K in July if I was starting from 0. That is a very, very, very attention grabbing hook, specifically to my ideal client and my audience who wants to make money using Instagram, and then step-by-step in the caption. So for this example, this reel, I put all of the juice, all the meat and the potatoes in the actual caption. So as you can see here, this is a very, very, very valuable caption over here. And then I had people sending me like 100K because my call to action was, if you want the breakdown of how I went from 0 to 100K, I can send you over my free training. DM me the word 100K and then comment down below. So once again, I provide value in the reel, but then I'm also giving them more by having them comment below and then sending over a free training. So this is a perfect example of a very, very, very good reel because I'm providing value. And if people watch this reel, they implement what I say on this reel, they also go through the free training, I'm giving away so much value to a point where they want to pay me because they're wondering, okay, if her free stuff is that good, her paid stuff is going to be even better. Okay, even better. So that's what you want to keep in mind is when you're creating a reel, you want to make sure you are going through all 4 of these things. Now, I went through more in depth and more detail of how to create an entertaining video, the scroll stopping hook, valuable caption, and call to action. So once again, I'm not going to read this word for word. You guys can look at it later. But it is really important when you guys are building this audience in order for you to make money. So step number 3, in order to make $1,000 a day on Instagram, is build your email list. Now, I gotta say, people like underrate emails. I honestly think it's like the most underrated ways to make money, but honestly, one of the most profitable ways to make money. Now, once again, like I love using reels and carousels and Instagram stories to build my email list and to make money, but like you gotta remember, social media is a game of attention. So if people are just scrolling, you don't really have their attention all the time. But when you get their email, then you do have their attention because you can literally send them a direct message in their inbox. Like nothing interrupted. So depending on the reel that I'm posting or the post that I'm posting, I will always have a freebie that I'm offering to my audience, once again, whether it's in the link in my bio or on a reel. But after someone opts into the freebie, they get added into a 5-part email sequence for them to join one of my paid offers. So 2 things actually happen from here. Number 1, when people opt into the freebie, customers will immediately buy my offer after consuming the freebie. Like once again, they're just on it, they're ready to get the transformation, or they'll consume the freebie, not by at that moment, but then by later with my email sequence or even months down the road with emails that I'm constantly sending them, right? So one thing that you want to keep in mind is the goal of building a business where you can make $1,000 a day happens with a brand and honestly with like long-term audience nurturing and consistency. The thing is, I'll tell you this because I love you guys and you guys are family in this channel. Most people will not tell you this. They will tell you that you can make $1,000 a day starting today just by doing these things. And then people will do it for 7 days and then wonder why they've not made any money. It still comes down to consistency. It still comes down to building a personal brand. It still comes down to nurturing your audience, right? But once again, it's kind of like a snowball effect. And I talk about this a lot. If you stay consistent in posting, building connection, selling your offer, building your email list for 7 days, and then you do it again for another 7 days, and then another 7 days, you do it for a month straight, all of those new people you added in, maybe a few people buy here and there, but then you continue nurturing them in month 2. And in month 2, guess what? You're also bringing in new people because you're staying consistent with those things. So eventually, as you stay consistent, maybe in month like 3, 4, 5, or 6, those people that join in month 1, then they start to buy, and then you just get better at your own craft, and people that you just continue to attract and you continue to have on your email list, they will buy right away. So it kind of turns into like a snowball effect, right? Like some people start to buy in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like an avalanche of people because that snowball just keeps getting like bigger and bigger. So that's what you want to keep in mind if you want this process to actually work, right? So that's why I said here, meaning not everyone is going to buy ASAP, and that is perfectly okay, right? So that's why you want to be sending emails to really nurture your audience. And this can be sharing like stories, experiences, lessons, values, even things about your clients, right? So to lay it out for you guys, this is kind of like how I use Instagram. Instagram equals traffic, right? When you're posting reels, when you're posting content, you're driving traffic to something, whether it's to a link, whether it's to a freebie. Now, emails equal sales. Once again, I make sales on Instagram because people buy right away. However, where like the most profit really comes from is when you start to build an email list and when you start to nurture them with emails every single day. So for me, when I'm sending emails, the two tangible type of emails I really like to share are education and value, and then story. When you teach someone something and they get a quick win, they're hooked for life, right? They will keep coming back to your emails. They'll keep coming back to your stuff, and they'll want to buy your paid offers because it's just that good. Stories, this is what makes you relatable, right? When you share a story, it shows your clients it's possible for them to actually have a transformation. And once again, if they see you do it and you show them how you've done it, it's much more likely that they know they can do it too. Okay, so this is just a quick exercise for you to come up with topics under education and stories, so you guys can do this on your own since you guys have downloaded this already. So let's get into the final pillar of how to make $1,000 on Instagram, and it is sell on stories. So did you guys know the warmest buyers are those who love watching your stories? And the reason why is because they are tapping on that circle every single day. They are consciously tapping on there. When you're on Instagram, you're scrolling and you're not necessarily going to anybody's profile because Instagram is showing you feeds and posts. But on stories, they are specifically tapping on yours. So it's something about your life, something about your business or your offer actually intrigues them. Like I always say, there is nothing more attractive than you laying out how you can help someone and giving them the power to lead and take action for them to actually buy. So my thought process is, if someone's already watching my stories every single day, I'm sharing the behind the scenes, I'm sharing my thoughts, I'm sharing my routine, I'm sharing what I'm doing every single day. Why not share my offers and sell my products on there too? Because once again, the reason why someone's watching consistently is because they want something that I have. They want the transformation. They're getting inspired, they're getting activated. So I love to sell on my stories because I have made the most amount of money doing that. And I always love to share this example every single time I talk about like selling or even personal branding. Think about dating for a second. Like the one who is overly clingy, sends like 100 messages a day, needs the partner to feel happy. The partner's going to run away really quickly because they can feel their needy energy, right? But the one that has boundaries, shares what they want, doesn't need them, the other will chase and desire them like no other, right? It's kind of like animals. If you're outside, you see a bunny rabbit and you start to chase it, it's going to run away very quickly. But if you're just there and maybe you're just like watching it and you have a really magnetic aura, it might come up to you, right? So that's what you want to keep in mind. You are the prize in this scenario. When you're selling something, people want to learn from you. People want to pay you. People want to be in your world, right? So I, once again, love to use stories to make a deeper connection with my audience just by sharing my life. And one thing I always say is I secretly love to use my Instagram stories kind of like my own reality TV show, right? And the reason why I say that is because think about why people love watching reality TV. They love to see behind the scenes. They want to see the real, raw, authentic you. And that's the closest thing to real life on social media. Reels are pre-recorded. Feed posts are pre-recorded. With stories, it's like within 24 hours. So even if you post a story and 5 minutes later someone watches it, it's like almost like you're with them in person, right? So people are so interested in what you're doing aside from just like your business. So make sure that you're actually showing your life and how it's transformed with what you're selling. And I always say show, don't sell, right? If you can show that you have lost 10 pounds, if you can show that you're on a date with, your partner, if you can show that you've made $1,000 today, people can see the transformation. You don't even have to say this, you can do this too, because people can see you've done it and you are providing them with the product and the offer. So over here are a few examples of how I sell on stories. If I am doing really forward selling, I'll just have the product up on the top or the product graphic up on here. And I'll just talk about what it is. So for an example, my membership Monetize Social, that is the main offer where people join and learn from me on how to build a personal brand that makes them money every single day. So for this an example, every single month we have a different theme. So in February, we talked about mastering your message. So I basically said that, and I talked about we'll go through and you'll learn all of this, and then DM me membership to get the link to join. Right, so I'm basically just laying out what the offer is. I'm laying out what they will get, what they will learn, who it's for, and how to join, okay? So over here, I did a little kind of like workshop with you guys so you guys can write down and practice how to actually sell on stories. Write down, once again, what the offer is, what the message is, the features, benefits, price point, so on and so forth, okay? So after you're done, go make a post, right? You can even like go live, or when I say go live, like talking to camera on your story and just talk about the offer. Because once again, I always say, you never know who's watching your content, right? Someone can be on the verge of buying your product and your offer, and you don't even know it, right? So it's a matter of you showing up and being very consistent about you selling. Now, the last step of you making $1,000 a day is self-belief plus strategy. Now, I know up here I said the 4 pillars of how to make $1,000 a day. But if you guys know me, I always love to add an additional bonus, and I always love to give you more than what I say I am. So I always say, like, self-belief is so important. The first time I ever made $1,000, and it even was $1,000, I made $2,000 the first ever time that I like made money on social media. Like, I did not know how it was going to happen. I just kept posting. I just kept going. I kept selling. And all of a sudden, someone reached out to me and they're like, hey, I saw that you have this new coaching program. I'm interested. And they bought like that. Like, it was crazy, right? So the main thing that you really want to keep in mind is the big difference between people who have a very profitable brand and those who don't is the people who make big moves, the people who invest in themselves, the people who stay the course, the people who show up, the people who learn and apply, the people who take action, the people that believe in themselves, and they will 1,000% make $1,000 a day on Instagram. And I know you guys are those people, especially if you're still, watching this video till the very end, right? But I also always say, like, strategy alone will not make you like that, or like belief on its own will not do that. It's a combination of like belief and strategy, right? So that is why I always preach, like I always say, it's 100% mindset and 100% strategy. If you can have a combination of both, it's like literally the perfect match for you to build a profitable brand on Instagram, a profitable business, not just for a few years, but for life. And of course, at the end of this document, I can't go through like every single strategy in this 14-page document. So if you guys want to learn more about how to build your personal brand on social media, how to really monetize what you're doing, and this is for like business owners, this can be for content creators, this is for aspiring entrepreneurs, or even people that are in their 9-to-5 job and they want to build a full-time income stream using social media and their personal brand, Monetize Social Membership is where you want to be at. So that's also in the description below. So if you want to learn more about it, or you want to jump on in, check the description in the comments. So that's all I have for this video and my 14-page document. Comment below and let me know how this really helped you and what you're most excited about to start to make money on Instagram. And if you guys really love this type of video where like I screen share and I really show you like step by step, either on a document or maybe like a graphic or like a slideshow, let me know, because I'm going to be creating a lot more videos just like this one. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on our way to 100,000 subscribers this year, right? So every single person counts, and I know a lot of you are really committed to building a full-time income stream and a business this year, and this channel is going to help you do that, okay? So do not forget to subscribe and even share this video out to some of your friends and family members who also want to make maybe an additional stream of income or replace their full-time job with their own business. So until next time, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you guys